that does not have
the same
camera. No,
or alignment.
Okay. Yeah. But it is what it is. Just going to make it rock.
Hey, y'all. Come on in, baby.
Come on in, y'all. What's up?
Ladies, put your hands over your heart. Y'all know this is the women's national anthem. Now, this ain't Jamie Foxx. She's faced up. Come on in, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming to the D.E.N.
Data, entertainment, and news. What y'all think?
Data, entertainment, and news. What y'all think tonight? We're on a different time, and a different day of the week, and we promise we're not freestyling this. We're not freestyling. Just things happen, you know? Things happen.
This is a black people show. Don't y'all know that? Sometimes we're going to have to lean with it and rock with it, and that's what we do best. And that's why we love each other. We still going to make it work, and we still going to talk about some real shit today.
Yes, we do love each other. Maybe that's the issue.
So do y'all women out there, do y'all feel a little unappreciated, overworked? I don't know. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to have underpaid, all kind of stuff, you know. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm going to let the ladies weigh in. I know y'all going to tell me what's going on out here with y'all, because I'm sure I'm going to let you know what's going on with me. So we're going to start off with a quote. Malcolm X. We love Malcolm X.
Some of us.
We love him to death. So let's quote him and see what he said about black women in America. He said, the most disrespected woman in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. Wonder why he said that.
I mean, he was witnessing the real, and he saw all the angles the black woman was getting hit at. So he spoke on it. And I think today we're going to get a time to dive into that, see why he's saying that. Shout out to the 3 people that's on the live feed.
Hey, baby. Thanks for joining us. Shit. And, you know, we trying to keep it going and keep it real and, you know, keep the standard with y'all. So I'm happy to know that we got some faithful viewers and some people that's new that's coming in.
Yeah, we really
checking us out,
y'all.
And we appreciate, you know, the time and effort, because we put time and effort into you.
We do. We're not out here doing no backflips and twerking and kind of just going off, too much. But, we're here speaking some real stuff, talking about some real data, entertainment, and news, and trying to give y'all the information to kind of empower yourselves and to help us work through issues. So we don't have all the answers. So we definitely appreciate the people who's live on with us. And we're also live on YouTube under the same name, the D.E.N. All you got to do is go to the D.E.N. Dallas. And shout out to the people who's checking us out on YouTube. And I think the question is less, are women disposable, and more are the actions of others. Do the actions of other, show that women are disposable? Not show women are disposable, but do the actions of other people translate that women are disposable? Because we obviously know that women are not disposable. So the question is, do others' actions translate that women are disposable?
So let's read the questions and get this thing structured for you, and then we'll go from there.
Yep, we got to go through the questions.
Okay, so question number 1, how valuable are women in your life? Question number 2, does society have any responsibility towards women? If so, what are they? Special government provisions for children, reproductive matters. Number 3, men or women? Who is more responsible for the thot culture? Number 4 has an A and a B. Number 4, part A, what standards, if any, should a woman have for her image? Part B, what level of input can a man offer for womanly standards?
That was deep.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I got to.
What are women's responsibility to each other in terms of promoting positive interactions between each other as well as with the opposite sex? And number 6, why do some men treat virtual women differently from real life women? They shame real life sluts, but love Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and them dirty draws.
I'm gonna really need a man to come in on this one, because all I'm gonna say is likes is not likes. But continue. We're gonna get to that.
I thought there was a last question, but nigga, we got some more. We got one more for you. When sex is out of the equation, do you value women differently? Oh, wait a minute. For example, some women complain after sex. The man only wants sex.
You have to read that.
Huh?
You have to read that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, those are the questions. Yes, let's talk about this shit. How valuable are women in your life? Do you value the women in your life? If she couldn't smother them potatoes, look good in the G-string,
at the same damn
throw that ass in a circle, do you still value her?
She's gonna have to be able to cook those potatoes and dress in that at the same time, like while she's cooking. Are women valuable to my life? Of course, women are valuable, extremely valuable. The nurturing, caring.
What else? Oh my God!
You cook stuff, and from there, the sky's the limit.
So it's all tangible. You can touch, taste, and feel everything that a woman does.
Tangible benefits to my life, no doubt, undoubtedly, on behalf of the man of the D.E.N.
Only tangible?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So what are those intangible things that women offer to your life?
It's getting hot in here, y'all.
Right.
What are some intangible?
Don't fake in front with us. Ain't nobody got no questions and stuff. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this. Do women have value in your life?
Intangible things women add. Women add things such as stuff.
Razzmatazz.
You guys boost our ego.
Face that.
You boost our ego every once in a while. That feels good. You offer assurance. and hope while we're out there tearing each other apart and you're inside mopping and cleaning. Being strong for yourself and our future seed. There's a lot of intangible things women offer.
It sounds a lot to me like women are disposable. I mean, like, without these certain gifts, what is it?
I mean, women.
Have you thought about something smart that a woman said and just wanted her because of that?
Like being a sapiosexual, of course, I'm ultimately.
Y'all start making me nervous with this sapiosexual.
A sapiosexual is someone who is attractive because of their intellectual intellect. You know what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with being a pansexual or anything under that. Right. It's strictly being attracted to someone because of the intellect. And
that's some freaky shit. Y'all need to get into that.
Yeah. So,
but.
So that's all it means. So yeah, there's plenty of intangible things a woman offers that is valuable. Just being a physical being and a being person is not enough to offer to the world for anybody. So if that's all you have to offer is your physical being or something that's tangible that you can look on, feel on, and touch and grab, you're not enough for the world.
Right. I know for me, like I can tell the difference between the different energies or whatever. A lot of people say energy is energy or whatever, but I can tell the difference. And what I enjoy about the essence of a woman is that we all so very different. And whatever little sparkle I bring, she can compliment it and bring it out with her shit, how she bring it. We all can sit in awe of each other. We're going to talk about women's relationships with each other as we get on deeper into this. But yes, do you value women? Do you value the women in your life? That was question number one.
And I think a society can show their, value and appreciation for women, and for anybody, for any group, is by their policies. Mm. And when you look at American policies, it doesn't really look like they value women.
Oh no.
So what is in various ways American policy reflects their lack of value for women?
No respect for
disregard.
No respect for motherhood in general. Birthing a baby, rearing a child. We gotta roll back. We gotta bounce back. Whatever happens, if I get pregnant while I'm working for this company I've been with for X amount of years or whatever, it's not a lot of protections for women out here to maintain through whatever natural or man-made that we go through out here.
She slipped that in, y'all. In America, it's 12 weeks, and there's no paid requirement for the employer. So you get paid maternity leave is, of course, what I'm referring to. You get paid, and you get 12 weeks, and the government doesn't require your employer to pay you. And it's not like that in any other country. America really does separate itself from the rest of the world when it comes to that. You have other countries that do a year. You have countries that do 6 months. That do paid, require payment, depending on the size of your employer. But America just seemed to just refuse to move that needle. So countries
take her ass back to work.
And the man too.
America feel about it.
The man too. The man is included with maternity leave. I mean, we got to massage your feet. We got to deal with you bitching. We got to go get the carrots and then go get the ice cream the other minute. We need rest too. We work just as hard, and it's our baby too.
That's right. You won't get any argument from me there. Oh shoot! So just
that's
little ways into the show, and we find out women really ain't shit. No.
Yeah, it's not even feminism, it's just smart policy. That's all it is, smart policy. Do you want the chick who just had a baby to come into work bitchy and whining? No, you don't. So give her time off.
Sad as fuck because she don't know what's going on with her baby.
Yeah. Gotta worry about the baby.
Y'all know I keep a story. When Braylon was first born, I hope Miss Judy watching this because she did me wrong. He had a babysitter named Miss Judy. And I felt like it'll be okay to run my ass right back to work because Derek was 10 at the time. So he was old enough to go with Miss Judy and them, and it was summer. So he could go with Miss Judy and watch what was going on with his little brother. Well, the last day, Miss Judy had been not answering the door when I come in the morning, like waiting 30 minutes because she was asleep. She was just doing me wrong, knowing I needed my job and shit. So the last day I took Braylon over there, this woman came to the door in some lingerie, y'all.
Not no lingerie.
Some lingerie, y'all. Had her Furby down there just out. And I know my baby feet went down. I just had this bitch my baby and left to go to work, man. And I beat myself up the whole day at work because I let Miss Judy wear her lingerie and have my baby's feet and her Furby just for $1, man. I did that shit for $1, but I fired her that day. And don't let nobody punk y'all like that. I don't know what to tell you to do.
Not for no $1. This had to be in
almighty $1.
Okay.
I was making a big $13 an hour back then.
We ain't gonna say the year. Let's continue.
It was an 06 pole thing. I was doing the best I could. I couldn't have left my baby with Miss Judy though. She was wrong for that. But that's why we need some provisions in our laws and our policies.
Provisions.
Who is more responsible for the thot culture, men or women?
See, this is an interesting theory. My theory is that one gender's culture is highly responsive to the opposite gender, especially in a heterosexual normative society. What I mean by that is when most people in a society operate and are heterosexual, the woman's behavior is a reflection of what the man wants, and the man's behavior is a reflection of the woman wants.
I'm with that.
So, for example, hey, Crystal, quit laughing. I had to break that down for a second. Y'all get in the comment section. We're talking about are women disposable, and we're asking all kind of questions like who's responsible for thot culture, and who can we blame for man liking Cardi B but shaming real life Cardi B's? All kind of stuff we're talking about. Make sure you share this and like this, and if you don't share it, I'm watching you. So we're talking about woman behavior being a reflection of man and vice versa, right? So, for example, you got all these men with these hanging earrings and drop fades and just crazy stuff. And I'll be like, dude, you looking crazy with these hanging earrings in your ear. And, you know our response. What's our response? Shit, hoes like it. Bitch won't fuck. Hoes like it. The bitch like it. Dudes don't care what other dudes, for the most part, think about what another dude, cares. Just like women, for the most part. Well, I hear that women more so care what other women care about them than the man. But I beg to differ, and
people
I say
show
that ultimately,
real true colors to what they do.
I say ultimately, women care what a man thinks.
They show their real truth. So if a man is wearing some earrings like that, he might be a little thot. But my analyzation of this whole thing is this. We do what we think the other one likes.
Yep.
I think we both can resolve thot culture as well, because if men stop responding to the thought behavior, because I don't understand. I really don't understand that. I can't comprehend that, how every day I see men kind of talking down on this culture, but every time I look up, I see them with a thought, and they prefer a thought. And when a woman may be abstinent or,
what's that word?
It means she works on her abs a lot.
She's ab focused. Oh, she's ab focused. Okay, continue.
Yes. But when a woman is more reserved, then they find fault in that. And that's one of my issues with who is responsible for thought culture, because I've seen men find a lady that's really trying to be on the right path, and they will fool with her until she do thottish things, and then talk about her for being a little thot.
And we like a little spice on our life.
No, I'm talking about who's responsible for thought culture. Now, you done talked about him for being a goddamn thought.
Hey. The men are responsible for thought culture.
So unequivocally, y'all are. You finna get beat down by the men in the comments.
70%. There's balance in all things. 70% men are responsible. Because I just made my statement about, one gender's behavior being, mostly a reflection with other behavior, with other gender ones. Right.
You can't be out here being predators and talking women out of their them trying to better themselves by maybe being more reserved, being more conservative, waiting longer to get to know you. You talking her out of that and then turn around and talk about her because she did it with your good talking ass.
I think that in regards to thought culture and things like that, it's not gender specific. Because remember, earlier we were speaking, and I made it gender specific. So yeah, thought can be any gender.
Absolutely.
And Crystal thinks 90% men are responsible.
Okay.
So she's challenging my 70.
And I also want to make sure that I speak to the little thoughts that love what they do, and that no amount of a man being good to you will stop you from doing that. I have to speak to that because it's a reality. I've seen it. And I want to make it 100% clear. Just because a man is a nice guy, he got a job, don't mean you're supposed to just be nice to him because of that. But if you are dating him and he's a nice guy and he do have a job,
screw that nigga.
Well, you do whatever you do within your relationships. I'm not going to tell you to screw that nigga. But, don't attribute to the thought culture by throwing that away. If that's something you're not interested in, be a woman about it. Don't cheat on that man and do thottish things and expect to one day be able to settle down and have your shit together one day. That's what I have to say on women's behalf of the thought culture, because there are some very happy thoughts. I've seen them in action. And I don't really think it's an authentic happiness. I think it's a happiness just like shopping do. Like you shopping, it's great and it's fun and you got all this stuff, but then when you go back and look at your bank account, that's when the, crash.
I saw that shit. I saw a meme that said like a bad bitch is an expensive habit. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Oh. I'm just saying the feeling of crashing and burning.
It feels like that. Hey, yo, I think that goes back to standards for women then. It sounds like you're setting standards for women. And I say in my generation, we don't like standards. That's why we don't like, that's why we love situationships. We love Netflix and chill. We love to be pansexual. All these kind of things, all these kind of things kind of reflect that people don't like standards and kind of just want to do what they do. I do you, you do me kind of culture. So when we talk about standards for women, it's kind of like taboo. Like, oh, what you talking about standards for women for? Who are you to talk about standards for women? Well, I'm somebody who only dates black women. Who are you?
I'm a little old school.
So let's go old school.
I'm gonna give you some standards, and I think you should absolutely have standards. For myself, I always had fun. I always dressed like a little thot. I did. I loved the shouts. I loved them. It's
fun.
And they loved it me.
They loved it.
My grandmother would always tell me I wouldn't meet a nice guy because of the way I dressed. And I was like, he gonna miss out because these girls in these long dresses and these turtlenecks is the ones out here hoeing around. But, so I've always had fun and reserved the right to be a girl in all of this. They have the saying that boys will be boys, girls will most definitely be girls too. So I got in girl type of trouble, but I had one major standard for myself. And that standard was my meat, that's mine.
Oh.
Can't nobody control the entryway to that there but me. If I say it's okay, it's okay. It's more than okay. But if I say no, that's what that is. And what that means is don't let nobody give away your shit for you. A dude he done bought you a whole bunch of shit, or he's been very nice to you, whereas other men have not, and he feel like you owe him something, and you feel like you owe him something, or a guy just such a big player, and he feel like you owe him something just because of that. That's your shit. You only get one.
Hey, I'm the only man on the block with a job, girl.
You might want to give him some. I'm just playing. That was a joke. But now, my rule for myself was to make sure I regulate my shit. Don't let nobody regulate it for you. Oh, girl, you can go on it. Now, fuck that. You only get one.
So on the flip hand, old school, what kind of input do you think man should have?
The same motherfucking thing.
I mean, not man standards. The input man should have. Should man have input on a woman's image, on a woman's standard?
I absolutely do think so. I think men have putting it into perspective for women many times. A lot of the biggest male whores, like Muhammad Ali was a handsome man in his day, and he told his daughters that your jewels is just like pearls and diamonds, they covered up. You cover your shit up too. Now he was uncovering skirts out here on these streets, but this is the advice that he gave to his daughters, and I can't help but think that that's what in the back of their minds, whatever a man do, that's what they really thinking. So when you out here licking the flow behind them and all this other stuff y'all doing out here, trying to keep a man.
There's a video on Facebook of a man getting drunk and a woman like driving and getting him out of the car. Have y'all seen that video? Y'all seen the video?
Him up? Yeah,
where the woman picks a guy up and she like puts him on the shoulder and fireman carries the nigga upstairs. And bro, I died laughing, bro. The comment section, someone was like, if my woman don't do that for if my woman don't do that for me, I'm gonna cheat on her. Yo, these Facebook videos are crazy, bro. No, but I think that's good. That's refreshing to hear from women. A lot of times we're told that we can't even comment on what women want. We like, so you want to date another woman, which if that's your thing, you can date another woman. But like, why don't you want input from me? You think I'm gonna just tell you to like wear a skirt all day and be naked? Like, do I not have like any nuance or depth to me?
I definitely take the input from males very seriously. I mostly had male friends throughout my life. So I get a lot of enrichment from men, and they mostly are the reason why I am the way that I am today. If anyone thinks I'm prude, it's because the men's raised me that way. I wonder why that is. Why you tell the women you care about to be reserved and you go out and you'll chase a thot. Like, not even one time as a dare. Chase that thot. I dare you. Y'all really get something out of that. And I kind of get it, you know. Sometimes I think male models are a little feminine, but I can't help but kind of still look at them sometimes when I see them posing in certain way they mean.
Trying to look at the dick print. I know y'all.
Oh. Well.
I think ultimately.
Right. What do you think?
Ultimately, I know y'all check out dick prints, okay? And I think
secondly, how do you know this information?
Because I see it in the comment section. Gray sweatpants and stuff.
Who telling our business?
I don't know. But in terms of standards, you know, I think it goes back to what I said in the intro. Likes are not likes. And when I said likes are not likes, I mean just because we like something on IG does not mean that we like it in real life.
That's the girl getting all the attention. The one that's sitting at home with a clean cooch that can cook, house kind of clean. She ain't got nothing but 2 kids, not 5.
2? I'm trying to get on that. Where's she at?
Y'all don't pay her no attention. Y'all don't pay her no attention. So it's just like.
That's not true. She doesn't want to get down. That's not true, though. That's not true.
She got restrictions.
That's not true. We can't allow a few people to represent everyone, okay? You know, so some dudes like that. Some dudes like the nerdy chick. Some dudes don't like the nerdy chick. Come on, man. Where y'all at? God damn it.
Yeah. I don't even think it's about being a nerdy chick. I think these women have layers and we have dumbed ourselves down to such a degree that we don't have time to get to know a person. They got to put everything out on the table all at once. And if not, she ain't a good woman. She's everything you just saw on that one day. This is why we feel disposable. Because if it's not a persona that has been attached to us, nobody understands and nobody has time for it. And I venture to say, you might have some of the most fun with some of those nerdy women.
So you're saying that we are impatient and intolerable when it comes to a woman's flaws, whatever little quirky things she got. We ain't trying to learn about all that.
Because we had to scratch some shit off our list.
They ain't got no 6-pack.
Steve Harvey told us to scratch some shit off our list.
Nigga short.
So y'all can just get away with murder and have a list for us.
Mm-hmm. Like I was talking about earlier, mopping. Get out of mop. Swift. Something.
Swiffer.
No, I think, you know, one of the questions we said was, why do we praise Cardi B but shame real life Cardi B's, and shame multiple baby mothers but praise Erykah Badu? And I love you, Erykah Badu.
That's my sister. In my head anyway.
But why is it, right? Why is it like, why do we do that? People, not just men. We all do that.
Because you want to promote that behavior so that you can have the fun out of it. And then once it's all said and done, you in the nervous face, the nervous chick face. Now she get a man after y'all done snuck out and creeped out and did all these things with the other women that y'all no longer respect. And then had all your churn by.
Not churn. So I gotta I guess that leads us to the next question. When sex is out of the equation, do our women value differently? And I have something I'm going to read very quickly. The D.E.N family. You know, the guy who wrote Mars, or Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He has a blog, and I'm going to read an entry that he put real quick about, you know, sex advice and how to improve your sex life with your partner. He said, women love great sex as much as man. The difference between a man and a woman is that she doesn't fear her strong desire for sex unless her need for love is first satisfied. Mm-hmm. Most important, she first needs to feel loved and special to a man. When her heart is open in this way, her sexual center begins to open, and she feels a longing equal to or greater than any man feels. I love to challenge that. Women love great sex as much as man, but to feel turned on, women have many more requirements. Mm-hmm. Sexual intimacy can be one of the most powerful ways for a woman to lower her stress levels because oxytocin is produced by sexual arousal and orgasm. Oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, is produced in great quantity during orgasm in both sexes. Oxytocin reduces blood pressure, cortisol levels, or fear. Studies have shown that animals and people with high levels of oxytocin are calmer, less anxious, and more social. Though man and woman have similar levels of oxytocin in the bloodstreams, women have more estrogen, which boosts the effectiveness of oxytocin. In addition, the testosterone in man counteracts the calming effects of oxytocin. The way that oxytocin interacts with estrogen and testosterone is at the root of the differences between the ways man and woman respond to stress. And this is something I learned, that man and women absolutely respond to stress differently, especially when you talk about sexually. Researchers have discovered that oxytocin lowers stress in women, but does not have the same effect in man. Stimulating too much oxytocin in a man can actually reduce his testosterone levels. Likewise, too much testosterone in a woman can lower the effectiveness in which her oxytocin lowers her stress levels. What all that means is what the last paragraph says. The problem with having sex to generate oxytocin is that most women first need oxytocin to feel sexual desire. After a stressful day, listen up. This is what all this crap means I'm about to read to you, man. This is what you need to get. After a stressful day, the last thing most women think about is having sex. It is often the last thing on their to-do list. There are certainly exceptions to this, but most of the time, stress inhibits a woman's desire for sex. The end. Everyone logged out. I guess it was too long. But what basically that
y'all
means,
don't like to hear Bam read?
Yeah, well, basically
that was the best reader in his class. I'm sorry.
I was. Basically, what that means is that don't try to have sex with your chick when she's having a stressful day. Most women don't respond that way. And that it also means that men don't need appreciation and time, and that we don't need to feel love or special to you in order to have sex with you. So we're different human beings. We're different creatures. That's basically what that means. So when you're talking about taking sex out of the equation, you're really talking about just throwing the whole woman away. I'm kidding. But when you talk about taking sex out of the equation, I mean, it depends what the kind of relationship it is with a woman. So, you know, in the notes, we put that, for example, some women complain after sex, the man only wants sex after having sex with the woman and places her in a single category relationship. So after the guy has sex, he doesn't want to do anything much else. He just wants to have sex. So, you want to chime in? What you think about that? No, you got a lot to say, but we're on a time schedule.
So you didn't put me on a time schedule. No, I'm just kidding. I believe that we're going to have to dig real deep to figure out what our value is to men outside of sex. I haven't heard nothing right here today.
Listen. I've already answered the question. yes, women have value outside of sex. Obviously, you
answered that.
Relationships with women that don't include sex.
When we speak about what's intangible, it's kind of hard to.
No, I mean, if you getting off after a long day of work and your house is dirty, so she's not mopping and cleaning, and she's not in a bikini, so that's things that are tangible, right? Where she's like, don't worry about your boss. He's just a big headed. You're gonna be all right tomorrow. That's like I said. That's nurturing. That's caring, and that boosts our ego. Boosting our ego doesn't have to say you hitting that spot right. You know, it can be something simple, and that in itself is something that another man cannot emit. That kind of, female energy.
I think that's kind of what I was waiting on. That part. Anybody else couldn't do it, but her.
Yeah, nobody can do it but her. Your homeboy couldn't do that, and they emit that kind of female energy and make you feel good. And then after you feel good, you're like, let's cuddle. And then she's like, I'm stressed today too. And then you're like, ugh, whatever. But yeah, that's my answer.
Right.
Is that satisfactory?
I think so. You know, we all got room for growth and different things of that nature. But I think we need to think about women more often. What women, if you feel that a woman is a nurturer in your life or she's an energy that you can't replace, and I'm not talking about your woman necessarily, talking about the women in your life. I think we need to think about them more often, what their place and what their value is. Because when you speak about virtual women, oh, they like Cardi B's and all of that, I can go one step further than that. Being a part of the conscious community, I witnessed men go out and fight for Sandra Bland and come home and beat their wife at home, or cheat on their wife at home, or speak badly, improperly in public about their wife at home. You don't treat the women in your life very well, but you want to beat up Corinne Gaines' boyfriend for leaving that day. We have to stand on what we speak on or don't speak on it until we're ready to stand on it. Because I hear a lot of wonderful thoughts, but then when you go behind the scenes, you see the real. And, this show ain't to tell nobody what to do per se. It's to encourage better attitudes towards women, because in a lot of ways, the title sounds crazy, all women disposable.
Yeah,
of course not. But in many ways, you treat us like we're disposable. Oh, she nag. She always bitching. And then even with other races, I've heard you try to talk to these girls with the curly hair, with the Beckys with the good hair. And I've heard you try to talk to us. You want to come over my house. You want to take her out for lobster. Is black women disposable? Don't do us like that, man.
That's deep.
We exotic. We beautiful.
Yeah, exotic, foreign.
And common.
As domestic as it's gonna get. So I think we are able to answer that question. We got Kimberly in the chat. We got Crystal in the chat. We had Torian in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully you share this to the various pages and the various groups. And thanks for chiming in. Y'all are acting real goofy. Crystal said women who really love themselves think differently.
It's true.
Not to be confused with narcissists and low self-esteem.
No, and we have to encourage women to think more highly of themselves and do for selves. A neighbor of mine, he stopped me one day. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off over them damn boys, my children. And he said, put yourself first. It sounds simple, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. Put yourself first. You can't take care of nobody if you don't take care of yourself first. So we need to encourage this type of behavior. I will never forget my neighbor for telling me that, because that showed me that he really had been observing me, and he saw that flaw because I had seen it within myself, and I didn't have the courage to tell myself to put myself first, because that sounds narcissistic and selfish to people that's trying to put you down. So you're right, Crystal. I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. I think it's time to dive into the dance list.
That damn dance list.
God damn.
So we watch this world.
Yep.
And the way that it turns and the way that it moves. And it's so funny. Here recently, something major happened. And, you know, I ain't heard nobody talking about it. Not on the book. I'm not on Instagram and Twitter and all of that. Have you heard anybody talk about it?
I'm only on the gram, but no, I haven't.
So
the video didn't get too many views.
Wow. So the person who made the dance list for tonight is very befitting for the topic and everything. Is Andrea Kelly. I'm gonna say that again. Andrea, I think she pronounces her name Andrea. So I believe we're all pronouncing it wrong.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Andrea Kelly, she went on Sister Circle last week and said that all these things that R. Kelly is being accused of doing, she knows him for this.
Ex-wife.
This is the ex-wife of R. Kelly and the mother of 3 of his children.
Man, what she know about R. Kelly?
She probably know better than most of us, and I'm sure she does. That's probably a weird motherfucker, but you know, because he had the juice. Because he had the juice, you know. The juice, man.
And she probably knows some deep down dark secrets, just like all of our mates do, especially someone who bore 3 of children.
She say domestic abuse was involved, sexual abuse,
physical and verbal.
And see, we defend R. Kelly. Oh, he ain't never been caught yet. Oh, why shouldn't he speak out sooner? When you speaking out against power,
that's how niggas be sounding too. For real.
When you're speaking out against power, you know, it takes courage. Even me, sometimes marching down the streets of Dallas, yelling out shit that people should already know, it feels very naked. I feel naked. Like, so I know to sit in front of everybody, to sit in front of the world and tell them that yes, or everything that you heard about R. Kelly is true. And she's actually standing by the families that are saying that he has their daughters, or all this type of stuff. This is a big thing in my book.
Oh, she just started speaking out. Nigga, you don't speak out about nothing though. You don't got the courage to speak out about nothing at all, people. I'm like, I ain't never heard you speak out about nothing. You didn't speak about your uncle touching somebody. You didn't speak about police brutality doing nothing. You wouldn't join us on the march. But you talking about what somebody else is going to speak out about. What you going to speak out about?
And it's true.
Just once.
Shut the fuck up. Let Andrea speak her truth. Because so many times, you know, we get these celebrities that are accused of things, and we know people that are close to them, the other actors and the other people that were around them, and we don't hear anything definitive on it. So we don't know one way or the other. And that always leads me to believe that whatever the rumor is true, because they would speak definitively and say that you wouldn't do anything like that. But they can't do that, so they leave it out there up in the air. Andrea Kelly has 3 babies by this man. So she has a lot that she can lose. She could lose the respect of her children,
family,
her family, his family.
Yep. We're talking about Andrea Kelly,
the ex-wife
of R. Kelly. She came on the Sister Circle, which was a show on the TV One about her experience, and she gave her opinion on R. Kelly's book. He gave his side of why they divorced, and she gave her tale of her experience with the victims' families and her experience as wife. And it's pretty telling. And I was pretty amazed by how, I'm gonna just be honest, because a lot of times you see the celebrities and the wives just aren't, they don't look like celebrities, okay? And she was very attractive. You have pictures of her being flexible. She had the natural bun and the baby hairs. And I'm just trying to think, like, what is going on? What is going on here? Like, she's bad. Like, he got him a bad wife. And she got 3 kids by him. And she said that she's the director of the choreography. So they're cutting checks and doing business together. She's his director of choreography. And, like, the host was saying that, you know, I saw you performing and directing choreography, and you got off stage and you started caring for the baby. And, like, backstage, you started dealing with the baby. Like, and she's flexible. I don't know if I added that part, but I'm like, come on. And all this happened, and I was thinking to myself, and also looking in the comment section, did she know R. Kelly prior to, you know, R. Kelly becoming who he is? And she said that she married him and she knew him. I don't know about marrying, but she was dating him before he won the Grammy. So before he, you know, as soon as he left, what's the group called? Public Acceptance, I think.
Public Announcement.
Public Announcement. Hey, what am I doing right here? As soon as he left Public Announcement, you know, they started dating. They started talking. So she obviously knows a lot about R. Kelly for a long time. And we don't know who R. Kelly was when he left there. But someone can say, well, you know, the Aaliyah rumor was still going on.
She was after Aaliyah. Yeah. She knew. She probably was like most women and thought she could change him and thought a whole bunch of shit that wasn't necessarily true.
Yeah.
And today, last week when she got on Sister Circle, she had to face that and she had to speak on it. Now, some people feel like she's doing it because right now it benefits her and puts her back out there in the public eye. I don't know nothing about all of that. I appreciate her for speaking out because there are so many people that will say, oh, well, they just trying to ruin that black man.
It sounds just like that. It's a crazy thing.
I don't give a damn what color you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. If I think you did it, she might gonna speak on it. I'll apologize later if I'm wrong. Most of the time I'm right.
99.9% of the time. So shout out to Andrea Kelly for standing up and making the dance list.
Courage is everything.
Yes, it is. And
courage is everything. And she looks good. She don't look like what she's been through, just like Bab said.
She does look good. And I think when you look at R. Kelly's responses and his videos, it kind of shows his narcissism and kind of psychoticness in a sense.
Well, we let him pass in the 90s when he said, how old is a teen? Do you sleep with teenage girls? How old is a teen?
How old is a teen? That's like you ask your son, did you eat the cookies? And he like,
what kind?
And he like, what kind? Yeah, you like, what? What you mean?
I ain't eat the lemon ones. I just
did you eat the cookies or not? Did you have sex with a teen or not? And the fact that this has been going on for so long, it's not like we just learned about what R. Kelly's doing. R. Kelly's been doing this for a long time, for at least 20 years. So we know about the Aaliyah situation. It's like, how can we skip over all of that and then now in 2017 be like, well, why they just saying something? Or she lying just for fame. What about the other stuff for the last 20 years?
You don't get enough for this celebrity love. Fuck R. Kelly. I've always said that shit. Now his music, I'm a jam to that shit to the day I can't jam to it no more.
Step in the name of love. The whole world.
Do you mind if I give you some of my soft play? Looking ass.
I'm about to make this right. 12 Get it hard from back. Wanna run to the front.
Hey.
You heard a lot of trails. Trail pain, what you want?
You had all kind of shit.
This shit go hard.
I'm gonna jam off that shit to the day I can't jam off of it no more. Fuck yeah. He makes great music. But fuck R. Kelly, man. Lock that nigga up and throw away the key.
I heard he be rolling
around. Let him go to the studio once a month.
For real. Keep putting on music. Put a studio in the music.
Give all the funds to
y'all did the shit for Martha Stewart. They put the bitch in a baking studio in the jail cell.
Did they do?
I don't know. But listen, that bitch looked good when she got out, okay? She was doing something in there. Listen, do something for R. Kelly. Put the studio in the jail. I was listening to people talking about that people. I was watching an interview in Chicago, and people was like, "Yeah, he rides around schools. That's what he does." And the people was like, "Yeah, that's just what he does." Like they know about that in Chicago, and you can't.
They
argue
know about that all over the world.
R. Kelly
for a long time.
Just like we know about celebrities out here who's like from Dallas or live in Dallas. We know about a lot of stuff that other people outside of Dallas don't know, or from Houston. So them people know R. Kelly, and he's a freak. And I saw the video. He been a freak
for a long time, and he was peeing on 14-year-old girls in the early 2000s. Was that the early 2000s?
Man, I saw that video, and that nigga nasty, yo.
I never got a chance to see it.
I watched it, and I even went back to watch it like a year ago.
I don't know where to find it at. And back then, I had the opportunity to watch it with some coworkers, but they were all men, so I didn't want them to be in there looking at me like that once the video was over. So
and I didn't watch it to like enjoy myself. Don't
and I learned later that I should have just watched the shit. Them if they was nasty, they was nasty regardless. I should have seen it for my own eyes. But anyway, today I hope we provoke some thought about women.
Yeah.
And how powerful we are in our right light. And I hope that we encourage us, women and men, to encourage the right light out of women. Did that make sense?
Yeah. To encourage the right light out of women, to encourage the right energy out of women. Someone else in the comment section said, R. Kelly's that uncle that tell you to avoid.
Yes.
So avoid that uncle.
Uncle Ara.
Uncle Ara. It's Kelly over there.
Go get that baby from over there.
Y'all gonna spend the night? No. With the babies, they gotta go to Kansas in the morning.
We gotta stop encouraging this shit. Oh, they rich though. If somebody say that, slap them immediately and tell them Sheeta sent you. Fuck a money, man. Money ain't never made nobody happy, and niggas ain't making money. You better look at the numbers. So whatever they doing, they not doing the shit for the right price.
Yeah. And R. Kelly's an anomaly too. You can't name two R. Kellys. Okay. So R. Kelly being one person is not good for the race. Anyway, so don't brag about R. Kelly's record sales or money. He's only one. You can't name two R. Kellys, but I can name about 20 Mark Zuckerbergs, and I can name about 20 Seinfelds, and I can name about 20 Rolling Stone and Beatles artists who's making money like all of them folks. So let's not even try to brag about R. Kelly's money. So that's putting that in perspective. That's the D and the D.E.N.
That data.
That data. Okay.
Gotta love the D. We're getting ready to close on out. Women are not disposable.
No. Women are important.
If you love the women in your lives, I want you to like and share this video and encourage us to keep putting good stuff out, because we're going to keep on doing it regardless if you encourage us or not. Damn it.
Women are important. Women are valuable.
We is kind.
Women are kind.
We is smart. We is important, and we are not disposable. Remember that.
We appreciate y'all, YouTube family, Facebook family. Thanks y'all for tuning in, sharing it with your friends, acting up in the chat comment section. Thanks for acting up and doing backflips. And you know we're going to be back next week. We might even be back midweek. Who knows?
Hey, don't nobody really give a fuck.
We might drop an episode on y'all and just turn up.
Turn up on y'all legs, because it's what we do.
We might just turn up on y'all ass. Okay. The D.E.N.
This is the women's national anthem. You gotta put your hand over your heart, because they really sung this shit here. This is not Jamie Foxx. We do not own the rights to this music.
We don't own nothing. What music?
Shoot, baby, baby. Shoot, baby. Shoot, baby. Yeah. Wildflower.